What's up, guys? Keith Kelfis with the Untrapped podcast. I got Paul Jamison on the show and his book, Cut That Grass and Make That Cash. You got a new book that just came out, but your podcast has exploded, bro. You're all over the place. Green Industry Podcast. Paul Jamison, what's up, bro?
What's up, Keith?
Man, I'm excited to have you on here. So what's going on? Why you got that big smile?
I just like hanging out with you, man. You made me laugh earlier. It's
All the time.
contagious.
What was so funny?
Well, you just made me laugh when we were talking off air.
Ah, nice. Yeah. I kind of like it. You got it all nice and bright. Mine's all dark. If you're watching this on the Keith Kelfis YouTube channel or listening on the pod, basically we're on video too. And now you've started doing video as well. So do you got a YouTube channel or is it your same YouTube channel? Where are you uploading?
I got 2 YouTube channels. So I have it, my entertainment YouTube channel. It's just my name, Paul Jamison. And I'm out there mowing tall grass these days, Keith, on that channel.
Nice.
And it's fun. And then the Green Industry Podcast with Paul Jamison, that's where we're putting all the video interviews and what Joe Rogan does, what Oprah did. You mentioned Ellen earlier on my show. They're all in-person interviews. So my goal is to do 100% in person as soon as possible, whether I have people flying into Atlanta or I'm going out on the road on podcasts. But for now, like you shared on my show, you got to kind of take what you get at the moment, and I'm virtual for some of them. But yeah, the video interviews and the audio are out there.
Love it. Paul Jamison. Okay. And also on Instagram, let's get all this out of the way. Where can people find your podcast? And because you have to listen to Paul. Like your intentionality is so. Where again?
At Green Industry Podcast. That's my Instagram handle. And I'm on TikTok now, which actually TikTok has more monthly viewers than YouTube. They just passed YouTube. TikTok does. So I'm on TikTok at Paul Jamison.
That's powerful news.
Where the most eyeballs are.
And you now, I mean, I already knew it was obvious to me, and I'm not trying to ask you to toot your own horn or anything, but you're probably the biggest podcast in the green industry and growing month after month.
Yeah, statistically, it's the most downloaded podcast in the green industry. And I know Brian, if you're listening, he gets so mad at me. We're always screenshotting back and forth, and he's like, "Congratulations!" He's probably punching the wall. But yeah, we go back and forth, and Brian's one of my best buds, and we're openly screenshotting our stats. And we share the same producer, Mr. Producer, so he knows both our numbers too.
Mr. Producer, that guy's a brilliant guy, and he's very talented as well. I like him. He's got a good heart too. So yeah. I haven't met him in person, but if you don't know, he's the guy. If you listen to Paul's podcast, he's the one with the radio announcer voice.
Yep.
And now here's Paul.
Yeah, he's awesome. He was my boss. You've been to the radio station I used to work at. He was actually he was the assistant general manager. He was my boss essentially back in the day. And then when I transitioned from there, I asked him if he could help me with my podcast, because what was happening was as people were listening on their mowers, they couldn't hear it. It wasn't loud enough. And so he was able to master it so it still had the quality, but it was loud. And then the rest history. Brian hired him, and then Caleb Allman hired him. And